Surrender. I know it's hard. Sometimes it feels like giving up is the easiest way to do it. But when you put in so much work and you build yourself from the bottom, even if you don't have anybody, there's so much support out there. There's so many agencies and so many good people that are willing to listen to you and to be your rock until you're able to do it for yourself. But life is so much better on this side.
Today I have a special guest with me. Her name is Jessica, and I have had the pleasure of meeting Jessica at work. Every day she is greeting people walking through the door and saying, "You look beautiful today," and "How is your family?" and asking about the recovery. You are a really powerful person and you have a shining light that you might not recognize, but I know other people recognize. And so I felt like you would be the perfect person to talk with today. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I want to start by asking, when people meet you, like I said, you have a light and compassion. They'd never guess what you had survived. So I want to know, when you look at the woman that you are now, what do you see?
So the word that probably comes to mind is resilience. I have overcome so many obstacles, so many truths, and so much sadness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You said that you moved to Albuquerque when you were 12. And you said that that's where your journey of trying to find yourself began. What was it that made you feel so different from everyone else?
So I think when you grow up with a lot of siblings and you're the middle, but you've also come from dysfunction and chaos and just not a broken home, you don't really get all the attention or all the love. And then maybe you've went through a lot of physical, emotional abuse. So when I moved here, I didn't know who I was. I didn't feel like normal. I didn't have any self-worth. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel nothing. I was just like this lonely person that I didn't know why I was here or what was my purpose here. And to be so young and to still have gone through so much and to still question, that's why I say that.
You spoke about growing up in dysfunction and chaos, yet your family, especially your mom, you've always had as a source of strength. What did love look like in your home back then?
So the love my mom showed was different. We didn't hug or nothing like that. But she worked and went to school, and she would bring us like these little bags every Friday full of like candy and little toys because she couldn't do much for us. But she worked so hard, and we all had each other. Like, we were alone a lot, but we knew no matter what, she would always come back. And I grew up with 5 other brothers and sisters, so we were never alone in that sense.
Were you the oldest?
No, so I have an older sister, an older brother, and then it's me, and then it's my brother and my 2 little sisters.
Yeah, you had a lot of friends.
Yeah, and we're all 1 year.
1 year apart?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said that you dropped out of school and you were angry at the world. What do you think that younger version of yourself was searching for?
acceptance, validation. I dropped out because it was so hard to learn and to understand. And then when you come from poverty, you're not always like the one people want to hang out with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was very quiet. I was very shy. I didn't want nobody to look at me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like hiding behind a mask.
Yeah.
Different masks.
And that was when you were a freshman?
Yes.
Yeah.
A freshman at Rio Grande High School.
Yeah. Yeah. You've said addiction made you feel beautiful and wanted and needed things that you hadn't felt before. What was it really giving you in those moments?
Delusion. Grandiose. We're able to be who we want because that's not really who we are.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know how to explain.
Like a falseness.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all pretend.
Mm-hmm. You described addiction as something that took your dignity, your voice, and your soul. When did you first realize it had stolen those things from you?
When you become so desperate that you're willing to do anything. You are willing to lose all self-respect.
Mm-hmm.
And the selfishness that comes with that addiction.
Mm-hmm.
When you have kids and you have family that loves you, it's like a false reality. You know, you don't think. Addiction works in so many different ways that until you're at your bottom, you don't realize everything it's taken from you, to where the hopelessness of not being wanted or respected or thinking you deserve anything.
Mm-hmm. What drug was in your life that you couldn't be without?
I got into a car accident and I started getting prescribed medication, Percocet. And when I realized that that was fixing something other than the pain in my legs, it was fixing something deep in my core, something that I didn't know was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, they're very quick to cut you off when you don't know you're already chemically dependent.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand that.
Yeah.
I think the first time I went through like a withdrawal like that, I was introduced to heroin.
Mm-hmm.
So heroin was, how they say, the love of my life.
Yeah. And you bring up a good point. The line between pain and dependence gets blurred, and you yourself might not even have known that you were addicted.
No, the body becomes addicted within 3 days. If you're not taking it as prescribed, you don't realize those chills, the sweat. You don't know the irritability when you become so mean that nobody wants to be around you.
Yeah.
It is, when I think back about it, I'm like, I'm so sorry, you know? I feel so sorry for the person you have to become.
You said you were facing 20 years in prison and took a plea for 10. In that moment, sitting in court, seeing your kids' faces, what went through your mind?
I have disappointed my kids a lot. And I think they were so used to me in and out that they didn't care anymore. You know? I think they already accepted that I wasn't going to be there. It was during COVID, so everything was via Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the phone calls, and I remember the yelling and the fighting, and that they knew, you know, You always do this. You always. I broke the spirit in my kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People often think rock bottom is the end, but sometimes it's the beginning. Was that your moment of surrender, or did recovery start somewhere else?
When I was in my addiction, I always knew, because of the struggle my mom had went through, I always knew that it was wrong. I always knew that I needed to be better. So through my whole addiction, I never stopped trying. I have been in and out of rehab, counseling, like I never stopped trying. And I hit rock bottom plenty of times over and over. And I think when fear plays a role in that sentence, it did something to me that I wish I could raise my rock bottom. I wish people could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate that we have to wait until we, like they say, drugs, institutions, or death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's what it is. There is no out. So I wish that I could have raised it. But sometimes you have to go through the pain and the struggle in order to understand and feel, to be able to learn humility and humble yourself.
Yeah. And I think humans do not want to be uncomfortable. We want to be safe. We want to not be in pain. And if that means that you want to avoid withdrawal and continue to use, you'll do whatever you can to not feel discomfort. You walked into treatment on December 14th, 2021, ready to do it differently. What changed inside you that made recovery possible?
I knew that was my last chance.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to a Turquoise Lodge, and I already had been there like 8 times. But the difference and the time I went this last time was I knew I was going to utilize and learn everything I could. And I mean, really take in whatever they were teaching, the groups. I was going to stay away from the drama, the fantasy talk. I was going to do it because I wasn't getting any younger, and I was starting to see my kids struggle. So I knew, like, this is either going to make it or break it. I was going to do it, or I was going to go sit in prison for 20 years and my kids grow up without me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We worked on this before we started our interview, some mindfulness.
Yes.
But you said you've been through DBT, EMDR, CBT, and sounds like it's really deep emotional work that you went through to get to where you are now. What's one truth that therapy helped you finally face?
Self-awareness, emotional stability, and forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to let go what I've carried for so long, and just being okay with not being okay, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it gave me my power back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Talking is safe, but yet we always choose the most negative ways to cope. And there's a negative perspective about counseling and therapy, but that's where the most impact happens. I think even sometimes greater than medications.
You're absolutely right. You know, I think that's why I wasn't able to stay sober, is because I had a co-occurring disorder. So until I realized and started working on the mental health part of it, and really working an honest program and understanding the behavior and where did this come from? When did my life change? Why did it stop? You know?
Yeah.
I did so much work that I can love my kids today and be okay, you know?
Yeah.
I can love other people. It has shown me, I think counseling is, my family are full of counselors. So I used to always say, I'll never be late to counseling because I know they bill for that 1 hour, you know?
Yeah.
Because I respect anybody that goes into a field wanting to help save broken people, you know?
Mm-hmm. Recovery isn't a straight line. There are still moments of doubt or temptation. What do you do now when those moments come up?
I am a completely different person today. So I don't put myself in situations I know that I can't control.
Mm-hmm.
Not control in a sense where I want to be doing everything, but more in a way where I get to make the decision. Where it's kind of hard for me is relationships,
Yeah.
boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I'm still very much working on and learning. But I journal a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of self-care
Yeah.
because that's the most important.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, we, as humans, we want companionship and we want a partner. But also, too, the person we need to first love is ourselves. And it sounds like that's exactly what you're doing. You're finding ways to love yourself first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think when you're so used to toxic relationships, you don't think you deserve anything better. You know, it's not normal to you. So I could never love anybody if I don't love myself.
Mm-hmm.
So once I'm okay with looking at myself, then I know that all my hard work is paid off.
You said to heal is to help. How did helping others become part of your own recovery?
So I say to heal is to help because by helping people understand what has worked for me, and we work with a very vulnerable population, people who don't have support, people who weren't able to utilize the resources I did. So for everything that I've learned from working in Honest program, I give to everybody else because I want them to have a chance. I want them to understand that we all deserve good lives, better lives, happy lives.
Yeah.
And there's so many different emotions, but being okay with going through those emotions, that's what I want. It helps me help them. And then I get better.
Yeah. Truth was something you had to rebuild, especially with your kids. What did that healing process look like between a mother and her children?
It was the hardest thing I ever done. My son is 17 now. And I wasn't there for most of his life. But he loves me and he knows that I have done everything and anything. And my kids respect me today. They respect me today. But having to sit in and listen to them on how I affected their life, but still being able to listen and let them, because this is them, you know, this is the way they were, that they felt in that moment, helped me understand from when I was that same age, wanting to repair a relationship.
Yeah.
So it helped me, you know. I have grown so much from just having a better relationship with my kids. I have learned compassion because obviously addiction and mental health is genetic. So I want to make sure that if my kids ever struggle, that I'll be clean and sober to be able to help them with anything.
Yeah. Reflecting back, there were lots of times where you missed out. It sounds like you have a much different appreciation about the time that you now can spend with your children.
I love my kids. So I will, even if it's like just being there with them in that moment, you know, because I can't make up for lost time.
Right.
But I can be honest, and they can be honest. The foundation I've built is so solid today that my kids aren't scared of me anymore.
Yeah. Forgiveness is often one of the hardest parts of recovery. What does forgiveness look like in your life now, both for yourself and for others?
So I have learned to forgive myself for everything I've done to my kids, to my mom, to my sisters, to my brothers, to anybody that my destruction has affected. I have forgiven people who their destruction has affected me. And today, without forgiveness, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today. It's such an important component in your recovery because you don't want to carry all that. We carried it for too long. Now it's time to heal.
Yeah. And I think what it's really is to give yourself grace for the past and to look forward to the future.
Yes.
You know?
I show myself lots of compassion now for that. I'm here today.
Yeah. What is your sobriety date? What does that day mean to you now?
A lot of people say it's their second birthday. But for me, it's like a celebration of life. So I'm about to hit 4 years on December 14th.
Yeah.
I know. And I have like this, it's called a sober calendar. So it gives by minutes, seconds, days. And I used to look at it all the time because we live day to day, you know? And now sometimes I forget because I'm working a real program. And then I'll look and I'm like, you know, oh my God, I'm already like almost at 4 years. It gave me new peace. I love my life now.
Yeah.
And it can only get better.
It's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Faith has played a huge role in your story. What does your relationship with God look like today compared to when you were lost in addiction?
I was angry with God for a long time. I was angry because why did I, out of everybody, why did addiction choose me? Why did mental health choose me? Why did trauma choose me? You know, I didn't think there was really one. I think when you're alone and you start to realize that he was there with you the whole time, you know? He carried you when you couldn't carry yourself. Gave you the opportunity. I just needed to fully surrender myself. My mom always says, let go and let God, you know? Just have God will provide. She always says that. God will provide. And he has provided for me in ways that I don't need to be scared anymore.
Is that something that you do daily, like prayer, or are you part of a church community?
So me and my kids go to Sagebrush. But before I started going to church, I had my own like spiritual awakening, they say, but my own relationship with God. Because I didn't know what was right and what was wrong. It was so new to me. And now, like, when we go and we worship, there's no embarrassment, you know? Like, you are fully present because he does such amazing things and he fills your heart with love and happiness. And I always wanted that.
Yeah.
Just didn't know how to find it.
Yeah. I'm thinking back on elderly people. For instance, my grandma, she was the oldest of 10 children, and she was the last one to survive of everyone in her family. And she's witnessed almost every person she loved die before her. And I always thought, how could she go through so much immense loss through her life? And yet she had this sense about her that she was always happy. But I think what was keeping her is her belief in God and her faith.
Her faith.
Yeah. And till the day she died, that was, she knew like she had a special place that she was going to be and be reunited with those people. But I think faith can take people so far, and you have so much power behind you when you have something to believe in,
Yeah, when you have a Calvary behind you,
Yeah.
brothers and sisters of God and faith, and you're absolutely right when you say that. I know a lot of older people too that their faith with God is just, you learn so much from them, their wisdom. I think that's when I really started listening, I was like, God, they have to know something. They have to know something.
When you look at your life now, the work you do, the patients you encourage, what do you think your purpose really is?
I have overcome too much to not be here for something bigger, even if it's for one person, even if it's to change somebody's life in that one day. I feel like I'm here to share a story and my purpose, and to just give others hope, especially the ones that are so broken. I think when you see it and you're in it, you don't really understand just how much broken homes affect, your life, and not having stability or resources. I just want to show people that there's a better way.
Yes. You said you used to watch videos of people sharing their recovery stories like this. What did those stories do for you?
So when I first got clean, I would watch so many motivational, even TED Talks. I would watch so many. In that moment, I was so isolated because recovery is hard. It breaks you, but it makes you this new person. But when I would watch people share, and like I said, I would look at them like, there's no way. There's no way that person has been through that, because they look so beautiful, the way they carry themselves, the way they talk. Like, their words touched me in a way that gave me hope that we might have to live with this the rest of our lives, but it is manageable, and it does get easier. Every day, every hour, it gets easier. But there's so many that truly inspired me and touched me in a way that I knew one day I would do the same thing.
It would be amazing to be able to tell that person that you were watching that, like, thank you so much. You don't know how much you helped me. Do you ever think about that?
I do. I do, because I don't think they hear it enough, I don't think there's enough recognition in some of the videos that are truly meaningful, that show empathy and compassion for people who don't have it, Nowadays, people want to watch other things when the world is so broken. But I do think about that. I'm like, it touched me in ways that they would never know,
Yeah. If someone was listening right now, hopeless, ashamed, tired, what would you want them to hear from you?
Surrender. I know it's hard. Sometimes it feels like giving up is the easiest way to do it. But when you put in so much work and you build yourself from the bottom, even if you don't have anybody, there's so much support out there. There's so many agencies and so many good people that are willing to listen to you and to be your rock until you're able to do it for yourself. But life is so much better on this side.
Mm-hmm. In our conversations, you've said some really beautiful things about your mom. So I decided to reach out to her, and she wanted to share this with you. Over the years, I've watched Jessica confront and overcome extraordinary challenges. She set ambitious goals for herself and through sheer determination has met or even surpassed each one. We all know that recovery is the road less traveled. It isn't simply about being abstinent, but about embracing an entirely new way of life. Jessica has done that, and she continues to move forward not only for herself, but for her children as well. One of the greatest honors of parenthood is earning the love and respect of your children. I'm proud to say that Jessica has achieved this milestone too. She shows up for her family every day, caring, supportive, and ever mindful of her responsibilities. Her dedication to service and her unwavering love for her children fill me with immense pride. Jessica's journey reminds me that true strength lies within persistence, compassion, and the courage to change, and she embodies all these qualities. In closing, I just want to say congratulations to my daughter for a job well done, and to tell her that I need my nails done. Cecilia.
See, I told you, she's so amazing. She's so amazing.
After hearing your mom's words and thinking about everything you've been through, what does her love mean to you now?
My mom has changed my life in ways that I don't think I can ever not have her, because she's so strong. She's so strong and has overcome so much that I am so proud, and I'm so happy that today she's proud of me and that I'm a mom as good, just like her, you know?
That leads me into the next question. You've spoken so highly about her and the role she's played in your life. What do you see in her that you now recognize in yourself?
Strong women, independent women, compassion. Sorry.
When you think about the next chapter of your story, what are you still healing and what are the most hopeful for you?
So, I think I'm still very much deal with my mental health. I have overcome so much, but I think sometimes I tend to isolate just a little bit, sleep a little too much. But I know I always struggle with it. It's become a lot manageable and easier. But I think I need to work on is to know that I don't have to always try to get to the end, and to be proud of where I'm at today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always want to want more and be better.
Yeah.
But where I'm at today, I'm okay.
I think that most people, when they look at you, they think how beautiful you are, and they probably don't see that you've struggled. They can't see that because I think you just have this this glow about you, full of life and fun and smiling. And I think that you have made such an impact on so many people already. And my question is, what is the next goal for you? Because it sounds like it's something really important to you to find a way into people's life to help them.
I want to be just like my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to school to be a counselor. I love talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
I love listening. I want to be that ear they need, you know?
Yeah.
For so many. Sometimes it takes a lot of counselors to find the one that works for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it helps when there's shared experience, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think for anybody out there listening, they would probably love for you to be their counselor. When might we see you in that role, or how would anybody find you if they ever thought they wanted you to be their counselor?
So I'm going to be starting school really soon, but for right now, next year I'll be doing the peer support. I'm always in the rooms.
Yeah.
I'm always at work.
Yeah.
But they will be able to find me because hopefully my sister will hire me.
Yeah. Well, I know that we've shared a lot today, and this is something I've just looked forward to so much, was to talk with you. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity. Just like you said, when you were listening to the stories of people, somebody is going to be listening to this and they're going to find hope in your story. So I just really want to thank you for coming here today and being honest and bearing yourself to the world.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate you seeing something in me. Sometimes it takes a minute for me to see, but this is what I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Hope for others.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please help me in this journey to help change the trajectory of our story. We are Project Basecamp, and we are climbing to recovery.